Hi guys, my name's Lexa and this is my first time posting up here. I just wanted to share a little insight on the whole trying to conceive journey. My husband and I were married in June of 2011. Um, we immediately, maybe a month or two afterwards, decided to start having children. Little problem there was I wasn't having a period since May, so we thought maybe I could be pregnant. So we kept taking pregnancy tests, nothing came up. I finally went to the doctor, and he just prescribed me a drug called Provera to bring on my periods. I took that for 10 days, and on the 10th day, my period actually started. And so after that, I went back to him, told him my period had started. He gave me a prescription for Clomid to take on cycle days 3 through 7 or something like that. And I took those, nothing the first month, so I took another cycle of it. Nothing the second month. My periods were still really erratic. I was getting mid-cycle bleeding and all that. But anyways, after that, he upped it to 100 milligrams, and I took that. And finally went into another doctor because I had never been checked like through ultrasound or anything to even see if the Clomid was working for me or working against me. So anyways, I went into my new doctor, my new OBGYN, and he needed to do an ultrasound because he knew I had been on Clomid and I wasn't being watched. So I went ahead and did the ultrasound, and on the ultrasound, he found something really weird. The uterus was all good, the right ovary was good, but near where the left ovary was, he was seeing something, and he was thinking maybe it was a blocked tube. So then we went ahead and scheduled a laparoscopy, a diagnostic one, and he went in there, did all that. He did find that my left ovary was connected to my abdominal wall, and it was very cystic. It had a lot of cysts on it, but he said it was not PCOS. It was probably caused by the Clomid. So anyways, after that, that was November 29th. I had the surgery on one day after my birthday, and um, I did get some bleeding around the 1st of December. I thought that maybe that was a new period, but no, it was just bleeding from the surgery. So then I finally got my real period on December 12th. So I counted that as day one. And, you know, he did figure out why I wasn't having a period before was because my body mass index was about like 16 or 17. I weighed 111 pounds and I'm 5'7", so I was real little. So I've been trying to gain some weight. I'm at 119 pounds, so I think I'm at like a 19 or 20 BMI, not sure completely. But anyways, so I've gained that weight. Today it is March 5th. I'm in my luteal phase now. I just ovulated on cycle day 19. So basically, I've been trying to conceive for since December 12th. So uh, 3 months. This will be my third month trying to conceive. So I mean, my hopes aren't down. I mean, I'm 21 years old, so I mean, I can't imagine there could be huge problems. But I have read some stories about women just getting problems and they don't know why. It's just the way their bodies were made. Anyways, um, the journey for us has been hectic. I'm no longer on the Clomid. I'm just kind of doing it naturally, kind of all natural. I take every day. I do take Fertilade 3 times a day. Fertilade for women from Fairhaven Health. I take Fertile CM 3 times a day. 3 fish oil. You need to make sure it adds up to 1,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA. It'll say 1,000 milligrams on it, but make sure it's EPA and DHA that it adds up to you're taking in a day. That'll tell you how much dosage you need. You can also go to GNC, get 1,000 milligrams of just DHA and EPA, and that's a lot easier. You only need to take it once a day. But right now, just for financial reasons, I'm taking the cheap ones that you take 3 times a day to add up to that. But anyways, I take 2 baby aspirin in the morning. That's for my cholesterol and just blood flow and stuff. I have high cholesterol that I was born with, and that's actually what I've been taking and taking care of my body. It's actually been helping quite a bit. I do drink green tea, 1 cup of green tea every morning. I've cut back quite a bit on caffeine in this last month. I used to be a caffeine fiend. I did some research and found it's probably not that good for conception. So my husband, he takes Fertilade for men, vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams. I heard it can help with sticking. Um, the sperm from sticking together. He, as far as we know, he does not have any problems with sperm. So, there's some kind of issue underlying. Maybe it's just my body trying to get back on track, gaining some weight, getting that fat there, because you need that fat in order to secrete hormones, the right hormones. If you don't have enough fat, you're not going to produce enough hormones. It could lead to miscarriage, things of that nature. If you have too much, it can actually turn it into testosterone, from what I read, and that's also not good. It can go either way. You need to be at a happy medium with your weight and your health. Um, you know, uh, just been trying to take care of myself and trying to keep optimistic, and it's really hard. I don't think my husband understands quite a bit sometimes, but I guess that's normal. And you know, just try to be calm about it, because I've done it to where I've gotten, so far I've gotten negative, negative, negative on pregnancy tests, and I was I don't know if they call it a pee on a stickaholic at one point. Thought that maybe it would come up positive, and hoping that it would, imagining any line that's there, and it's so hard, and I understand that. I understand some people are like, just relax, stay calm, but it's hard. But then again, stress can play a factor in conceiving too. You just kind of got to get down to the scientific facts of it. Stress messes up your hypothalamus gland, which regulates your estrogen and your progesterone and your LH surge and your FSH that produces eggs and all that. It all plays a factor. So just try to breathe, and just, somehow you're going to have a family. I uh, do my BBT every day. I have a chart that I do on fertilityfriend.com. I highly recommend the book Taking Charge of Your Fertility. It's a really good book, and it actually opened my eyes to the fact that I may even have a short luteal phase. Right now, my luteal phase is like 10 to 11 days. It's like a hair too short, but I know that it can matter. It can play a key factor in a lot of things. So right now I am taking progesterone cream. I started it on 3 days past ovulation. Now I'm on 4 days past ovulation, and I don't know, I haven't really felt anything from it, but I've read good reviews on it, and hopefully it works if I do have a short luteal phase. Help that little bean to implant, and it just gets hard, and just kind of got to keep your head up, and don't beat yourself up about it, and don't think that you're going to be childless forever. I mean, there's always other options. I know adoption and IVF sounds like you're taking it too far and you just don't want to go through with it. But, the quicker you take charge of your fertility, the quicker you'll find out what's wrong. As far as unexplained fertility, I don't know if I believe in that, because, like I said, there's always an underlying issue no matter what, because obviously there's a reason why you're not conceiving. If you think about it, it's not unexplained. It's just doctors have not looked into deep enough, either because you haven't paid for the tests, or they just don't want to look into deeper why you haven't conceived. So I mean, like I said, mine could easily be the fact that I am underweight, and if that's the key fact, that's a simple fix that I could have fixed months ago, from when I started trying. But it who knows what it could be. Maybe it could be my cholesterol. It could be many, many, many things. And just try to cut as much out of your life that could negatively affect your conception. You know, uh, I know I haven't been trying for that long, but it feels like years. I live my life in 2 week intervals. It's what it feels like. And I know how you ladies feel. It really, really hurts, and it's scary, and it's something that no other person would. I mean, it's almost a blessing that you get to go through this, because it it humbles you in a way, because once you get that baby, you will be so grateful for that baby. You won't want to let them go. You won't be some lady who throws her kids off to CPS and doesn't care about her kids. And some women don't understand how precious a child is, and how much some people work for this. And you know nothing against them. I know people have things going on in their life, and that's completely okay. And as far as your children, just cherish them, because it really does hurt. I find myself crying and crying and crying and crying. I can't just stop crying. As soon as I see that negative on that pregnancy test, I hit my knees and start asking God why. It shakes your faith. It's something that, you know, you need to remember that, if you believe in God, and some women don't, no offense to them, but I do, and it, He's there. He's there. He's not sitting there going, ha ha, you did this, so I'm not going to give you a baby. No, it's just not your time. I believe firmly that every baby has a purpose in this life. And when that time, I mean, if the God gives you that baby right now and it doesn't serve its purpose, I mean, everything plays a factor. If he gives you that baby right now when you want it, maybe he can't serve his purpose. Maybe it takes a couple years because he needs to hit that stage in his life, because God knows what's going on. God knows how his life is going to play out and how your life is going to play out, and he's got it. He knows what's going to end up happening, and you just got to give your faith to him. And I know it's easier said than done. I know that. And it's a really hard journey and a roller coaster. Oh, roller coaster. That's exactly how I would describe it. But you just need to remember to keep the faith, and remember that you are a good, beautiful, mistake-making child of God. And I don't think anybody who has not gone through this would ever understand what we women go through trying to have a baby. It feels like you're denied your own biological right, something that you're meant to do and you can't do it, so you feel like less of a woman, and it just kind of stumps you whenever you get that negative pregnancy test. You're trying to make out that line on that pregnancy test, but ultimately it's not there. But eventually it will happen. It will. Months may go by, years may go by, but eventually, for most of the part what I've read, it happens. It's just something you need to hold on to, and you cannot forget relationship or your significant other and get lost in the whole baby making thing, because honestly that could put a damper on your relationship quite a bit, and cause you two to fight, and say hurtful things to each other that you didn't want to say. And it's neither one of your guys' faults. Regardless if he has a low sperm count or you have PCOS or endometriosis, it's neither one of your faults. You just need to take the next step forward and stay strong and say, you know what, okay, how are we going to handle this? If you have endometriosis or PCOS, etc., okay, well, how am I going to handle this PCOS? You can't do anything about the fact that you have PCOS or endometriosis, but what can you do? There's always options. What can you do to make this better? What can you do to fix this? Even if it's in the slightest way. Some people don't believe in herbs. I do personally, because my cycles are like clockwork now. I get my period on the 12th of every month, even if the month is short or longer. It's just weird. I get it on the 12th of every month. I ovulate on the 19th. I get my positive OPKs on the 17th to the 18th, and I ovulate right on the 19th, and my temperature shifts after that. It's just clockwork. All the herbs that I'm doing and everything I'm taking is worth it. Oh, also, I do take a calcium chew every day. That can sometimes help. Try not to cut fats out of your diet. I know it's hard for some women to get fat, but if you're on this journey, and you're taking Pregnol and you're taking Clomid and all, it's going to make you gain weight anyways, and you might as well get used to gaining weight. It's just something that we're made to do. We're made to flourish, and we're made to procreate and be beautiful and blossom, not to be stick thin. That's just, it plays a lot of factors because you need those hormones. And, it's just a thought on women who are really afraid to gain weight for all this, because it is so. Would you rather be gym trim or baby free for the rest of your life? What do you have to show for it? I mean, and that's okay. If you don't ever have kids, that's fine. That's completely fine. It's not the end of this world. And there's other options. There's adoption, IVF, and I understand how it feels. You want to know what your baby's going to look like, and you're constantly thinking about it. It's just a constant thing that runs through your head. Everything you move or do or every act you make, can this negatively or positively affect me? And honestly, when it comes down to it, if you're just living a normal, simple life, taking care of yourself, not doing drugs, not smoking, not drinking, not going out and partying all the time, it'll happen. It will, in some way, shape, or form. God knows what he's doing, and you will be a mother and a father. And I just hope that you women can, just breathe and, let it go. I know it's hard for me. It's very hard, and it's something that I'm trying to work through, because I don't want to be sad anymore. I don't want to dwell on this anymore. It's not, I just kind of got to give it to God. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my body. And maybe, scientifically there may be, but my body is beautiful, and it is something, it will happen eventually. It will. And I will keep you guys updated as I keep going through this journey. And like I said, I'm on the third month trying, and you know like I said, I'm like 4 days past ovulation. It's so hard not to get a pregnancy test, but I know it's even way too early for that. Just stay positive, keep calm, pray, and breathe, and know you're beautiful and you deserve the world, and whatever you put your mind to, you will get. I promise you that, in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Well, sorry for rambling so long, and take care, ladies, and baby dust to all. Bye.